Hey, my name is Travis Ridgen. I'm a professional hockey goalie playing for the Watertown Wolves in the FPHL, going into my 4th year pro and 2nd year in the Fed. Now, I flew into Hamilton last week to work with this man right here, Derek Bujan. Now, Buj is one of my goalie coaches. He's incredibly knowledgeable, and he's an even better friend. And I'm going to be going into week 2 of 3.5 that I'm here spending with him before the start of the season. Now, those videos about every single change that we made in my game during this time. I was joined by an old friend who played 500 games in the National League. This video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Let's begin. At the end of the day, I'm doing what feels right for me and chasing down my dream. Tonight is what we call the graveyard shift here at Bujan Goaltending. It's around 7 p.m. and Bujan and I have been focused on my rotations and movement all week for the past 7 days since I got here. Now in these clips, I'm lacking a little bit of drive in my head into my movement so that the body will follow through, but right now we're trying to get my eyes and my chest around on the right angle on every puck here. Now, I know everybody's going to ask what exactly is Buja lighting me up for, and the truth is he absolutely hates how much I've shaved down the paddles of my sticks. I choke up on them. What can I say? You win some, you lose some. I think it works for me. I don't plan on changing it anytime soon. It is what it is. And one of the first things we do when we start any session is try to get the pucks warmed up first. We start all of our sessions with a little bit of a high, mid, low, which is essentially a high, mid, and a low glove and blocker save. And then after that, Buja was reminding me about fixing my head positioning angles, keeping it level, and after that, it was into the meat and potatoes of today's session. Appreciate it.
It's very rare you got a white person at this.
Hold on, Petra, how many games you got played in the Fed Zeno?
I think I'm over 2.
So 200 games in the Fed Zeno, 500 games in the National, 700 games played in the front of this car, and 44 minutes in the back. Former teammate and locker room guy sitting beside me in the room at Motor City. 500 games played in the National, legends in the building. So on top of having an NHL vet, fellow Winnipegger, and personal friend of mine, Ian White, shooting on me, we also had captain of the Columbus River Dragons, Josh Petrantonio, who put up 40 goals not too long ago for Columbus. Now, these guys are good, and I mean, they are really, really good. And I mean, you may not think so, considering Petro only uses 2 strands of tape on the toe, and it could be that, or the fact that the Columbus River Dragons stick tape budget is not as big as what we have in Watertown, but that's not the point. The point being is that these are elite-level shooters for a reason, and they challenge me to be better every single time we skate together, and they inspire me to find new ways to grow. Now, speaking of NHL vets, if you're new here, I do a weekly podcast called Slinging the Biscuit, sharing my journey and stories through professional hockey. And this week I had a good friend of mine, local legend here as well, former Winnipeg Jets draft pick, Jamie Phillips. He's huge in the goaltending community. He came on the show to share an awesome conversation with me, talk about minor pro stories, his journey into goalie coaching, and more. And you can listen to that full show on Apple, Spotify, or the video version here on YouTube. I'll put a link in the bio for that as well. But speaking of aspiring to improve, this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. I went through a breakup last month from an extremely toxic relationship, and it was easily one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, and I knew right away that I needed some help, and that's why I started working with a therapist from BetterHelp. Being a man, and specifically a professional hockey player in 2023, you're supposed to be this macho tough guy who's impenetrable mentally, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your gender is. Words hurt, and emotional abuse is emotional abuse. And for me, it was even harder to admit that I think I need some help here. But I am 10 sessions in, and god damn, does it feel good to have somebody that understands my situation to help guide me through this process of upgrading my character as a man, as a professional athlete, for my mom, for my goalie coaches, for my team, and ultimately my next relationship, just to be a better person. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more accessible and more affordable than ever before. BetterHelp is a platform that is making it easy to find a therapist because it's online, it's remote, and just by filling out a few questions, you can find a therapist that's a perfect fit for you in as little as a few days. I found mine in just over a day. It is super easy to sign up and get started today, and you can start working with a therapist and get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp when you use the code TRAVSUCKS, or just click the first link in the video description at betterhelp.com/TRAVSUCKS, and again, that'll get you 10% off your first month of therapy. And working with BetterHelp is honestly a lot like dating. If you can't find the person that's right for you, you can switch therapists at no additional cost. It's super easy, and it's ultimately about getting you the help that you need and feeling comfortable. And I just want to say thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video and ultimately believing in me to help my hockey journey on and off the ice with the help that I needed. They helped me, they can help you too, and I hope that you take the initiative to start your therapy journey today with BetterHelp. If you've ever watched my videos, especially in the last couple of years, I believe that the universe happens in a very funny way. We're talking about my hip surgery folding out the way that it did, the situation in Motor City where I didn't get any playing time, then I got picked up in the expansion draft, traded to Watertown from Virginia. I got a $20,000 hip surgery for free. I had an incredibly smooth process recovering from it. I have a goalie coach right in there right now doing sessions in Derek Bujan who believes in me and cares about me. And when I called him 3 weeks ago saying, hey, I got to get out of Vancouver, I need a place to stay, can I come train with you? He told me yesterday, he's like, I was very concerned about what I was going to see when you came here. And thankfully, my on-ice game has not been affected by any of these distractions. And adversity sucks. Adversity is very challenging and can be very daunting sometimes. But on the other side of adversity, as I talked about in the last couple of videos, there's an incredible payoff in reward and in growth, and I think that is coming. I got a team that believes in me. I have goalie coaches, management, all these people that believe in me are incredible owners in Watertown, from Tyler, Ashley, and I am so blessed, thankful, and excited. I know it's cliche BS, but I truly am, to be playing for the Watertown Wolves, to be putting on the navy and baby blue, to putting on that wolf every Friday, Saturday night, especially when we're playing in Binghamton, I think like 10 plus times this year, including 8 times in Motor City. Well, against Motor City, I should say. Yeah, to the team, thank you. To everybody who supported me, thank you. And to anybody who has been a life lesson and paved the way for me to be successful, thank you as well. And obviously to God for finishing up the plan. I know it's a little bit preachy on the whole God thing, but there is somebody and there is something that's pulling the strings and making this happen, and I'm looking forward to cashing on this God-given opportunity. So this is the third skate of the week with Booge. All of the focus this week has been on my hands. And next week is going to be on screens and tips, as well as a couple other things. But today we are focusing on trying to get my eyes and my head behind every single save. Bringing it over composed. It's not perfect, but we are making progress, and that's what it's about. We're trying to get 1% better every single day. We still have a couple weeks to camp. Now, I hinted at this a bit in the sponsored segment for today's video, but I truly do believe God has blessed me with an opportunity. Like I said, there's no distractions, a fresh outlook, and people in my life contributing to my goals and a net positive influence in exactly what I'm trying to accomplish. And people like Derek Bujan embody all of that so perfectly. And I could not be more thankful to have Derek Bujan in my life as my goalie coach. I've had a lot of moments lately realizing how fortunate and how lucky I am, and I got it pretty good.
I keep listening to your podcast and you keep telling everybody in the world I let you live in my attic.
Yeah.
Looks like the worst attic in the world, eh?
Barely any cockroaches. The best accommodations I've had.
He does sleep on a couch, I will give him that. But it is the best couch in the world.
It's pumpkin spice season, and I'm popping the cherry. One of the best players all time in the Fedzino. With a little bit of pumpkin spice hack. Just kidding, he actually got a black coffee. Yeah. Couldn't convert him. So this is going to be the last skate of the week. I'm also leaving Hamilton in 10 days from right now to head down to London, Ontario, but more on that in another video. Now, like I said, we've been focused on my hands, a little bit of screens, the last 2+ weeks, but now Booge is focused on trying to get my freshly resurfaced hip working in full range, extending on saves, extending through screens. Because there is no more physical barrier. It's just the mental barrier right now of not believing I can physically do something without getting hurt. But the problem is, I've been doing this for 20+ years of my life. So me and Booge are trying to mentally retrain that, to rewire my computer, to realize we got this surgery done. I have a brand new functioning hip. Let's use it. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button because I do new vlogs every single Sunday just like this. If you want to purchase my official Watertown Wolves home and or away jerseys, there's a link in the description. They are $185 a jersey. You can get them custom with my name and 33 on it. My trading card collection as well is available with the link in the video description. And I want to say thank you so much for watching. I enjoy making these videos and I look forward to sharing the next one with you. Until then, peace.